All right, so this is the sugar cube experiment video. Okay, so these are the sugar cubes. On the experiment sheet, it asks you a few questions. Okay, the first one says, draw what your sugar cube looks like. So on the sheet, you're going to see a sugar cube. Looks just like this. It's a cube. So you can just insert a cube under the shapes if you would like, or you can use the pen tool to draw it out. Okay, but it's just basically a cube. Now I want you to kind of draw or think about what is this cube going to look like if after 200 shakes, if I put it in this container and I shake it 200 times, what is it going to look like? Okay, so that'll be a question 2. And then how many edges does a sugar cube have? Well, let's look at the sugar cube. I went through and I marked with a marker all of the edges, okay? So you have faces. The face is the side right here. The vertice is the little point, and the line here is an edge. So how many edges does a cube have? Well, let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges, right? So you'll write that down for number 3. Okay, so now we're going to do the trial, right? We're going to shake it, the cube. We're going to do it 5 times. So I'm going to shake the cubes 40 times each in 5 rounds. So I had 2 colored cubes because I'm going to see what one looks like before and then after I shake what it looks like. We're going to compare the 2. So you put 1 in here with the other 3 cubes. Then you put a lid on it and you shake. And we're just going to shake 40 times. So once I shake it 40 times, I want you to write down what your observation, what do you notice in that middle box, in the first box you type in. The second box, I want you to count how many edges the colored cube has. Okay? So remember, this one we said has 12. We've got to look in here to see after 40 shakes how many edges we can see on this cube. So I'm going to shake it 40 times. So you can count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 20, 30, 40. Stopped at 40. Okay, now we're going to open it up and we're going to observe our cube. So take a minute. Look at what's in this. Look what's in there. What do you observe? What do you notice? Go ahead and write that in that first column. Describe the shape of the sugar cubes. How did they change? Now, how many edges still have color? So I'm going to just take this and show you how many edges still have color. Well, it looks like all 12 have color. So I would write 12 for the edges. But what do you notice about the other sugar cubes? What do you see in the bottom of the container? Okay, write down your observations. Now we're going to do it a second time, round 2. So once you have your observations, you can pause the video if you need to look at it a little more and write your observations down. Now we're going to shake it 40 more times. 1, 20, 30, 40. Okay. Let's take another look. Oh, it's getting harder to open. Okay. Write down what you observe. What do the cubes look like? Look at what their shapes are. How did they change? Then we're going to look at this one. How many edges still have color? Well, it looks like all of them still have color on the edges. Okay, pause the video if you need to. If not, we're going on to round 3. Put the lid back on. Shake it 40 more times. 1, 30, 40. Okay, let's take the lid off. Okay. Describe the shape of the sugar cubes. How did they change? How many edges of this one still had color? Do you notice anything about the color, though? Write down your observations. To me, it looks like they still have color. All right, let's go ahead. We'll go round 4. 1, 2, 30, 40. Maybe that was 41. I snuck in an extra. Okay. Take a look at the cubes now. Observe. Describe the shape of the cubes. How did they change? How many edges still have color? Looks like they all do still. What do you notice about this? Look at that. Interesting. All right. Last round, round 5, 40 more shakes. 1, 3, 4, 20, 6, 7, 30, 40. Okay. Let's check it out again. Oh, wow. Look at that. What do you observe? What do the cube's shapes look like? What are you noticing? How many still have color on the edges? If some still do have color on the edges, do they all have the same amount? All right, write down your observations. All right, now I want you, for number 5, I want you to draw in that box or create a shape in that box of what the sugar cube looks like now. You can even add a picture of it if you did this experiment at home. Okay, what does it look like now? Then number 6, you're going to look at that picture and you're going to compare it to number 2. After 200 shakes, which was the 5 trials of 40 shakes, does the drawing in number 5 look like the drawing of your guess or your hypothesis in number 2? Circle yes or no. Okay. So number 7 says, what happened to the sugar cubes when they bashed together in the container? How are they different from the one you didn't shake? So let's look at the difference between these. I'm going to put this in here. I want you to see, what is the difference? How do they compare? Look at this cube compared to these cubes. Okay. How are they different? Number 8, when you take the sugar cubes out of the container, what's left in the container? Where did that come from? So if I take all the sugar cubes out of the container and I look what's in the container, what's left? What's left and where did it come from? For number 9, what do you think would happen if you shook rocks instead of sugar cubes? Write down what you think would happen on number 9. And number 10, how many more shakes do you think it would take to make the sugar cubes really round, maybe like a marble? If you have time, try it out. So you can guess using a hypothesis looking, okay, if this was 200 shakes and it already looks like this, how many more times can you shake it for it to look round like a marble? Maybe we'll try it. So go ahead, put your guess in. And if you don't want to try it or watch how it's tried, you're more than welcome to stop the video here and continue and fill out your worksheet. If you want to see, you can continue on this video to see how many shakes it takes. So I'm going to put them back in the cube. We're now going to test to see how many more shakes we think it'll take to make them round. I think if we do it another 400 times, that it will keep it round. That's my hypothesis, my guess. Yours might be different. So I'm going to test my guess. So I'm going to guess 400 times. So I'm going to do 40 shakes 10 times. So let's see. So that'll be a total of 600 shakes. So let's do 40 shakes 10 more times. So I'm going to keep track. We're going to do shake 1 40 times. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. I'm not going to look into it. I'm just going to keep track. All right. Another time. 40. 20. 30. 40. Okay. I'm on my third time. 30. 40. On my fourth time. Whew, my hand's shaking. Okay. Let's keep going. 6 more. 10. 20. 30. 40. Okay, that's the 5th time. 5 more. 5 more times. Ooh, you can kind of see what's happening in there. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20. 40. 6 times. Okay. 20. 30. 40. All right, so now I'm on my 7th time. 20. 30. 40. I may have miscounted that one. Not going to lie. Let's try again. Our 8th time, 40 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20. 30. 40. Okay, that was 8 times, 9 times. 20. 30. 40. Now I'm on my 10th time. 30. 40. All right. Whew. That was 400 times. Let's see what's happened here. Whoa. Whoa. Just look at it. Interesting. They look like gumdrops. Interesting. All right. So I said 400. Man, I think it could go another 400 before it turns super round, but that's just me. Right. Well, thanks for watching this experiment, and hopefully you guys got what you needed.